Hi Cancer, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 8th through the 15th. Let's get right into the messages. Let's pull a yes, no. We're going to do yes, no spread first. We're going to, with qualifiers, we'll sweep that. We'll do a Lenormand with some more tarot, sweep that, and then we'll do some love oracles at the end for those of you who are here just for love information. But as I interpret the cards for this general message, I'm going to work in career, money, you know, anything that might show up as far as family, friendships, however it'll go. So we do have Mars going retrograde in your 10th house, right, on the 9th. So we are going to talk about that. I'll sort of sprinkle the astrology in throughout the reading. But for now, let's focus on one single question that would require a yes or no answer or a neutral answer, like a not yet kind of thing, with qualifiers. And it should be asked the same way, same question, asked the same way in full sentence format 3 times. Focus on the cards as you ask the question. I'm going to pull 3 cards to get one answer, okay? Ace of Pentacles, that's a yes. The Hangman is a neutral. 3rd card. Death card is a no. We have a no, we have neutral, and we have a yes. So the answer to it is very likely, but you're going to have to do some work for it, Cancer. You're going to have to do some work for it. So let's see what other messages we can get. Let's pull 2 qualifiers for each of these cards. 4 of Pentacles and a 3 of Swords. Knight of Swords and the Moon. King of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups for the death energy. All right. So let's talk about these. Yeah. Now, I do want to say something as a little gift, okay? That you guys have gone through a lot in your relationship sector. You have just in general, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And you've had Jupiter retrograde in your 7th house of partnership since May. It's coming out of retrograde. It's finally going direct this week on the 12th. Now, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So we also have to consider, where does Sagittarius rule in your chart? It rules your 6th house, your 6th house of day-to-day. Your mental, physical, and emotional health is also the 6th house. It's your day-to-day work environment as well. So this is going to be really supporting the 7th house energies as Jupiter comes out of being retrograde. And then the blessings come, but not right away, guys. Jupiter coming out of retrograde doesn't mean like, boom, all of a sudden things are going to be fabulous. It doesn't work like that, because we have Saturn still retrograde until the end of the month, hanging out right there with Jupiter. So even though Jupiter's going direct, Saturn isn't until the end of the month. So just a little something to keep in mind. I'm going to work in this idea throughout, but I do want you to understand that there are going to be shifts in your partnership sector, whether you're in an intimate partnership, whether you're in a business partnership, anyone who you have a shared soul purpose with. That is the 7th house energies, okay? So particularly for those of you in business partnerships, because it's getting the support of the 6th house, which is your day-to-day work environment. So I do think there are going to be some blessings going on for you guys. But let's talk about these messages first. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So for some of you, you're going to understand this as a brand new position in a job, a brand new start of something. So there are a lot of new starts, a lot of people returning to work in a new way, a different way, people returning to school in a different way. But this is a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles it can mean, obviously Pentacles means money, so a new job, but it can also mean mental, physical, and emotional connection. So it can mean new relationship as well. So let's see what's speaking to this is the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords, okay? That's inciting this new beginning. 4 of Pentacles is, sometimes people call it the miser card. I don't know. I mean, that sounds so negative, but it really is about having just enough money for you and feeling very protective of what you do have, or having to do with finances, where you have just enough and you can't really give much more. Now, that could be for money. It could also be being very self-protective. your own heart, of yourself, of what you're willing to do, kind of really just being in, I'm not even going to say a defensive stance, but just in a very self-protective mode because something has hurt you. This could have been some sort of situation that hurt you in the past that you're still carrying the pain about. This could be any area, anything that could seem like betrayal or pain, because this is Three of Swords is the card of pain. It's Saturn in Libra. I don't want to go right away to everyone's partner cheated on them, because that's just simply ridiculous. It's Saturn in Libra. Libra is the partnership house. It's the 7th house. It's where you guys have had the retrograde energy. Thank you very much, right? And this is where things are going to finally start straightening out for you towards the end of this month. This could also have to do with, though, any sort of betrayal within a relationship. It doesn't have to be third party. It could be someone being grossly irresponsible with money, not considering you, throwing you under the bus in a friend or family situation. This could have to do with work, where your business partner didn't do the right thing and you felt very betrayed. Or maybe your employers or your employee, you feel very betrayed within whatever sector you're relating to this to. And so therefore, you're in this space of self-protection because you've been hurt. So if this is a new relationship, you're just watching yourself as you begin something because you don't want a repeat of what's gone on in the past. Or maybe you simply haven't washed, and that's nothing so simple about it. You haven't washed that other energy off your soul. Whether it's some past experience having to do with a relationship or having to do with a job. It may still be on your soul here as you have this new energy. Now, we have the Hangman, which is a Neptune energy, right? It's a Neptune energy. Neptune rules the 12th house. And the 12th house is kind of like where everything's a little dreamy, a little foggy. We're really not sure what's going on there. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So let's just see what's informing this confusion. As we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords comes in to speak some truth, right? Really. Knight of Swords is a Taurus and Gemini energy. Gemini would be the swords, right? It's communication. And Taurus is a very practical energy, right? Very practical and pragmatic about, let's talk about the nuts and bolts of the situation. Let's have the conversation about money. Venus rules Taurus. So let's talk about, do you love me? Do I love you? How do I feel in this relationship? I'm not sure if I feel good. If this is a job, am I being compensated in an equitable manner? Are things equitable within this relationship, within this job? And it's the truth, because it's the Knight of Swords. So somebody's coming in and making some sort of announcements, throwing some sort of truth bombs going on right here, and you really can't escape it. Now, the moon energy is that which we feel and experience underneath the surface. It's deep inside of us. And in tarot, it is associated, even though the moon rules Cancer in astrology, the moon is a tarot, in tarot is connected to Pisces. So we have a lot of confusion here, Cancer. There's a lot of confusion because the moon is a Pisces energy and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. And the Hangman is a Neptune energy. And what do I say about Neptune? Those of you who've been watching me, Neptune's like trying to look at reality through a very thick fog or a very dirty window. And being in that, having that 12th house energy, Pisces is, they call it the house of self-undoing, which sounds very ominous, but you know, it is, all the houses are spiritual, but it definitely is the most spiritual house. And it's the most introspective for sure. But it's also the house that rules our addictions, that rules our self-sabotaging behaviors, that rules our ability to allow people to take advantage of us. You know, it's a very feeling. It's the oldest water sign, Pisces. It's like this endless, bottomless ocean. And therefore, it's very hard to ever feel grounded when you have these energies. So what I'm seeing here is some sort of reality set in. There's been some sort of reality check, and it's creating a lot of confusion in you right now. Right? Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is what I'm getting here. Now, we have the Death card. So the Death card is the Scorpio energy. This is 8th house ruled by Pluto. What happens in the death energy? Something ends so that something else can have a simultaneous new beginning. Okay? So depending on where you're at and what your situation is, something ends and something brand new begins, or something ends and then it's regenerated and it's transformed. So let's see what these say. We have, qualifying this, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is an Aries and Taurus energy. Aries is all about a new path, a fresh perspective. So this can absolutely be like a new job, a new approach, opening up a new business. This could, you could be meeting somebody who is very in touch with their money, meaning they're very in control of their finances. They're able to make money. They're able to control their money. This is also somebody, though, who understands. They try to understand connection here, but Cancer, what I'm getting is money, it does seem like became too much of an issue to somebody. Because we have the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is the walking away card. The Eight of Cups is Saturn and Pisces. Something became just too heavy and too challenging to want to stay in it for where you started to realize you were just never going to reach that point of wish fulfillment that you really wanted for the relationship. So it's with sadness but without regret that there's walking away here, because there's an element of toxicity that's being walked away from in this energy. So the King of Pentacles is a good energy in that it's somebody who's very in charge of their money. And see, this is the thing. I have to give a couple of interpretations because I'm getting like 3 or 4 different ones right now. Either this is somebody who's like all about the coin and nothing else, and you were just like, I'm so over it, I can't, because there's no balance there, right? Others of you might be the King of Pentacle energy, where you're very, very focused on your money, and you're realizing that somebody was sort of like, I'm not going to say after your money, but was not contributing the way that they should, or really putting way too much pressure on you regarding money, and there needed to be this walking away. With this can also indicate meeting an energy where, and some of you are going to be resonating with this for sure, some of you are meeting somebody brand new who is different than anyone who you've been with. And this is somebody who is, you maybe meet them at work, but this is somebody who understands mental, physical, emotional connection and the value of $1. So the Eight of Cups energy, and the reason I'm saying that for some of you is because the walking away, like I said, it's with sadness but without regret. It's just realizing that the person that you've been with, they're not focused on the right things, or at least in your mind. What does that really mean anyway, right? It's subjective, but not focused on the right thing. So something needs to end, but something else needs to begin. But Cancer, this is the thing. We did get a yes, no, a neutral, because the Hangman is I'm not sure, and we got a no. So really we're sort of in this space where the potential is here, but you're going to have to work at it, and you're going to have to figure out how you feel about something. And I don't mean to be so vague. You know I don't like that. But that is what the cards are telling me. You're going to know if this is your reading or not. Please don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. Please don't do that. These are general messages. Definitely check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus for the best level of clarity. The best way to handle it, guys, is listen to those 4 signs and sit back and then kind of process them each holistically. You know what I mean? Because, you know, your sun's your ego consciousness. Your rising sun is your personality and how you meet the world, how the world meets you. Your moon is your emotions, and Venus is how you do relationships. So all kinds of relationships. It has to do with money as well. So it's important to understand these placements. So if you don't know them, but you need to know what time you were born to get an accurate house placements. Plenty of free birth chart calculators online. Okay, so let's pull a Norman and see what we have here. Oh, cutting it right out of the gate. Cancer, you're not joking. You're not messing around. We got the Skaith. What is the Skaith cutting out? Cutting out that gnawing feeling that you just can't escape. Something is eating away at you. There is something that's like low level, because the mouse energy is like that. It's like low level, eating away, eating away, eating away. It's like a Ceci square energy. For those of you who know astrology, that's like how I always see it. The silly Ceci squares. Okay, then we have some challenges. Challenges, that's all it is. Then we have a very patient man waiting. Then we have another cross. I think you guys are like the 4th sign that got a cross. Okay, there's an ending here. There's an ending, there's a moving away. What's on the other side? Okay, positive message on the other side. You're going to be okay, Cancer. So the Skaith always cuts out whatever it's pointing to, and it's pointing at the mice. So the mice here could be something very insidious that's gnawing away at you. It's that thing that you know is not right. You know, in the relationship, in this job situation, with this business partner, with this family member, there's something off and you know it. You could feel it and it's gnawing at you. For some of you, you're going to recognize that somebody is siphoning away either money literally in the 3D from you, or siphoning away aspects of you. And that's something like, if those of you who are dealing with somebody who really has narcissistic personality disorder and any variation of the dark triads. Okay, I'm not saying just because somebody is a little selfish or a little, that doesn't make them a narcissist, right? There is a huge difference between having the tendencies and having the disorder. But for sure, if you're dealing with somebody with the disorder, they take bits and pieces of you a little at a time, a little at a time, a little at a time. And it happens so insidiously that it's like suddenly you feel like a shell of yourself. It's very difficult to get through. But that bastard is getting cut out, or that bad girl is getting cut out, whatever the case is. That nonsense is getting cut out. Is not going to be easy. Whatever you're cutting out here is not going to be easy. Whether it's a person or whether it's something that is really gnawing at you, there are going to be challenges here. The mountains do mean that there's a challenge, but it's doable. It's a challenge, but it's doable. Now, this man, for those of you who are female Cancers, this would be your man if you're in a relationship. Those of you who are females in a relationship with another female, this would be your partner. If this is a male watching this would be you. If you're a male in relationship with another male, this could be either of you. Or this could just be a very prevalent male in your life right now, having to do with a boss, a colleague, a coworker, a business partner, a brother, a father. But somebody is very patient, very patiently looking at these things, looking at the challenges, looking at you working through the cutting out of something. There's this observation element here, okay? But we have the cross, and the cross is about letting go. The cross is a Christ-like consciousness, right? So it's like Christ carried the cross and got nailed to the cross for our sins. Stick with the metaphor, whether you believe or not. That's what it's for. That is what it represents, okay? So this is about needing to pay the price for somebody else's dysfunction, somebody else's error, needing to pay the price for somebody else's actions. But what's good about this is the opportunity is here for you to be redeemed and for redemption to happen here. But it's only through the moving away from it. And then you're going to be getting this very serendipitous message either from somebody in your life that's been around for a very long time. This could be indicative of, let's say if this is a work situation, this could be your partner, your intimate partner, your husband, your wife, your long-term partner. This could be a best friend for years and years, a parent, and so an elder in your family. If it's none of those things, you're going to be noticing that you're going to be getting messages from the other side, from somebody who certainly loves you, Cancer. And you're going to need to stay open because there is this moving away and this message coming in order for this redemption to happen. Now, I do want to say that having this male as a center focus, this could be, if it is you and you're looking at all of these challenges and struggles and what needs to be cut out, this is you going through this. For others of you, if you are a female, this could certainly be indicative of, if you're a female and you are going through a lot at work, this does indicate to me that you have a very patient partner who's very much there for you. For those Cancers with a male intimate partner, this can indicate cutting the male out if this has to do with the relationship. Because there's something that needs to be redeemed here. And you cannot find redemption for your soul and to fix yourself staying in this situation. So dealing with this challenge in this mountain is involved in moving away. Again, not going to resonate with everyone. Please don't try to make it fit. If it's not your message, maybe we get you next week. Okay, but this is what the cards are telling me. And it almost makes me uncomfortable if that is the interpretation, because this guy is sitting there very calmly, very patiently, sort of like, okay, Cancer, go through whatever you need to go through now. You poor thing. Very like a controlling kind of energy can certainly be indicated here. Same thing if you are a guy in a intimately involved with another man. It's definitely the same thing. You do you, Cancer. I understand you need to work through whatever. I know you have troubles. You have, like that deflection, gaslighting kind of stuff. But this is what I'm seeing here. But there's a moving away. There's a moving away. Let me pull these. Now we're going to pull past, present, challenge, and future energy. Past, present, challenge, outcome. Qualify for the past, for the present, for the challenge, for the outcome. Wow. Let's look at these two that wanted to pop out and say hello. The world, look at this. The Six of Swords in the world. Leaving something toxic, and the gift on the other side of a lot of hard work. All right, Cancer. Let's talk about this. So the Two of Cups and the Page of Wands. Let's talk about if this has to do with a relationship, a partnership having to do with a business. This is you guys really making a very firm commitment to work at your business together. This could even be a promise to work at something where you got a new job and you're committing yourself to some sort of new organization, some sort of new position. I'm feeling really excited about it because the Page is where it's the young end of the court, and Wands are will and motivation, and feeling really excited about moving forward. So some of you, this could be the Two of Cups qualified with the Page of Wands in the past, could be this new position, this new idea having to do with career, a new approach to career. For others of you, this could have to do with meeting a new friend, right? Or certainly a relationship where you guys are, the two of you are past the initial meeting stage, right? In the recent past, you're past that. This is more of the commitment stage. We're going to do this kind of thing. We're going to do this together. So it's past the dating, maybe seeing other people, all that stuff. It's past that. It's like where you guys you made the commitment. You made the commitment. And you guys were very, very, very attracted to each other. However, I do see Page of Wands energy, we always have to understand, is one of the interpretations. Wands is a phallic symbol, and Page is typically like kind of immature, at least emotionally. So this can indicate that you might have been dealing with a little bit of a player energy, or maybe you were. Maybe you weren't like fully in that space. Okay, that's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you are just going to be like, yeah, I was just super excited and just very attracted and very motivated to be in that relationship. You know, you guys were like snuggly and lovey, and it was just like this beautiful Cancer kind of thing. And I almost say that like tongue-in-cheek with the Page, but obviously it's going to depend, Cancer, what else you have in your chart. But if you have a lot of heavy Cancer in your chart, obviously if Cancer is your rising sign or your sun sign, that's one placement. We have many, many placements in our chart. But typically the archetype of Cancer is not the Page of Wands, because they like things to be very like grounded and sturdy, and they're very emotional, and they'd rather be in something that's very committed, right? Right now, Cancer, you're dealing with the Devil energy. So either you are the devil or they are the devil. And when I say the devil, you know what I mean. The devil is imbalance. It's imbalance. It's shackles because of something imbalanced. So it could be definitely anything having to do with drugs, to alcohol, money, addicted to sex, addicted to food, lust, gaslighting, deflection kind of attitude, fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, anxiety and depression, unchecked and untreated is the Devil energy. Now, there's nothing wrong with having anxiety and depression, but when it's such an overt issue within a relationship where it ends up creating imbalance and there's nothing done about it, where there's, the person's not getting help, then it's an issue. But look at what's qualifying it is the sun, which is beautiful, because the sun isn't about fixing something per se. The sun gives us what we need in order to fix something. So I do like these two together. To have the sun with the devil energy tells me that you're going to have everything you need to fix whatever this imbalance is, whatever it is, whether it's working together, whether it's utilizing a therapist, some sort of support group, obviously depending on what the situation is. But there's definitely imbalance right now, Cancer. But it does seem like the sun gives us the nutrients and the cultivation and the groundwork that we need in order to fix something. It gives us the tools in our toolbox, metaphorically speaking, to address the situation. Now let's look at the challenges. The challenges is the Judgment and the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is I have your back, you have mine. You need a little money, I got it. I'll give you a little money, you give me a little money, whatever. You need a little support, I need a little support. Let's give each other what we need. In a very basic, fundamental way, you have each other's back, but this is a challenge here. So that's something to think about. And not something that's uncommon when we're dealing with the devil energy, because particularly if we're dealing with somebody who's struggling with any kind of addiction or any kind of imbalance, anxiety, depression, it doesn't have to be to a substance, But it's very common for somebody when they're experiencing a devil energy, whether it's you or the person that you're dealing with, it's so challenging to show up for themselves, nonetheless, somebody else. And that could definitely be something that's at play here. And then we have Judgment. Judgment is a Pluto energy. This is about transformation through forgiveness. And think about it. It's Judgment Day. What it's about is taking a step back and saying, you know what? I forgive them for doing what they did. I forgive myself for allowing myself to be in that. I did the best I knew how at the time. They did the best they knew how at the time. Maybe it was handled all wrong, but in the moment, at that time, we did not know what we were doing. We didn't understand the ramifications. So there needs to be forgiveness. Now, this doesn't mean that anything needs to be forgotten. This is about showing self-love and self-compassion and compassion to each other. Because, without forgiveness, you end up getting stuck with cement shoes on. And there's nothing to be gained. Because what are you not forgiving? The past? You can't go back and redo that. So there needs to be a decision. Are you going to forgive? Judgment is about needing to make a decision. Or can you? Because it's in your challenge. So it seems like, look at this. Just look at the card. This is such a beautiful deck, the Light Seer Tarot. She's trying to release. This is about releasing what's burdening her heart chakra and releasing it up to the heavens to just, I give it over. I give it over. I can't fix it. I know I can't fix them. I can't fix anything but myself. I can't do anything about what's gone on. It is what it is. The toothpaste is out of the tube. That's it. But what I'm seeing here is, in a very basic, fundamental way, Cancer, there is a challenge in just feeling just straight up like supported and in a space of just full-blown forgiveness. It's so hard, especially when we are really unhappy with what somebody did. So be kind to yourself if you're experiencing this, because you're human, not a robot. The outcome, we have the Three of Cups and we have the Star. There's healing. There's healing here. The Three of Cups is a celebratory vibe. It's Mercury in Cancer. And it's a celebratory vibe after going through stuff. And I like it because it's like, it's what comes after the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is about making that connection and that commitment and really trying to work things through. So Mercury in Cancer is having the conversation after you make that commitment. Now we have to have some conversation about what you need to feel safe and secure. What do they need to feel safe and secure? Because it's Cancer, right? And you guys are the fourth house energy. What does everybody need here? Having the conversation and having it go beautifully. Really nice. Really nice. It is a healing card as well, in addition to that interpretation. So for many of you, now I do want to say that the Star card is an Aquarius card. It's all about the future and it's healing with the blessing of the Seven Sisters. Now, some of you are going to be making the decision, and you have the right to do this, because astrology and tarot, these are hypotheses. These are not prescriptions. You understand? So you need to understand you're not a puppet. You're an energetic human being. So some of you may be like, you know what? This devil stuff, too much, too big, too challenging for me to stay in. So this could absolutely be where the sun is illuminating the energy that you need to forgive yourself, just to forgive yourself and recognize that you weren't getting exactly what it was that you needed in this relationship. And you're going to hang with your friends for a little bit, your friends, your family, whatever it is. You're going to really get in touch with what you need to feel safe, secure, and grounded. And you're going to do some healing. Now, if this has to do with a business situation, this could indicate you being involved with a business partner that's very, very shady. And you making the decision to leave because you're realizing that that connection, that business connection, was never going to bring you what you needed. And you're going to start doing some really good networking. And through the networking, there's going to be healing of this situation. And something else is going to be born out of it for your future. If it's not a business partner, it's just simply a job, the devil energy could certainly be imbalanced, having to do with hours, having to do with pay, having to do with something, having to do with an imbalance in that area. But with the sun's going to come in and illuminate some sort of solution. Because you realize with the Six of Pentacles, you're getting paid just what you need and not a cent more. And you really can't do that. You're going to feel that it's time for you to transform into something else and change. But you're going to be challenged by understanding what that means for you. But I see you figuring it out. I see you figuring it out, leaving the toxicity, so that you can have the world. And this is really resonating whether you're understanding this for relationship, job. It's really, guys, the energies are really the same actually for both, regardless of how you apply it, for sure. All right. So let's get into some oracles. I need more time to figure things out, but I don't want to lose you. I'm now feeling the fallout of my actions. Somebody else got these. I'm not the person you remember. I'm not the person you remember. I need more time to figure things out, but I don't want to lose you. I'm now feeling the fallout of my actions. I'm not the person you remember. Okay. Okay. Let's see what the Island Time Wellness say. Camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past. Learning from the past. Heart with the key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. It's not going to be easy, right? I mean, with the challenge energies that you have, you just may be struggling with that. Judgment. The butterfly, relationship evolving into the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Yeah, so I feel like it's definitely going to be some hard work for you guys, but it does seem like something's going to be going on here. And you can take it, you can leave it, you can do whatever you want. You could just, you know, go into that Three of Cups energy, hang out with your friends, and just meet somebody new. It's up to you. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups, let's talk about this to start. The Five of Cups is a card of disappointment, sadness, focused on 3 cups that are spelt, not noticing the 2 cups that are still standing. So feeling a lot of pain here. Mars and Scorpio. Scorpio is about transformation. Mars is a warrior energy. It's in there making you change and making you transform. But you're in this space while you're transforming that you're really getting in touch with what it is that you want, need, and desire in the Seven of Wands energy. Because the Seven of Wands is Mars and Leo, right? Now it's like, all right, what do I want? What do I need? What do I desire? And drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know what? This has been an area of conflict for me, and I really need for you to understand exactly what it is that I need now. And I need to know that you're hearing me. And I think they're going to hear you, because we have an Eight of Wands energy, and the Eight of Wands is a almost frenetic kind of energy. Information coming in, news coming in via a text, an email, a text message, a phone call, something very positive that's going to incite a lot of change in your everyday, where you're going to need to make adjustments in your everyday. But what's good is this is working towards a very, very strong foundation. That's what you have to understand. This is Mercury and Sagittarius. So Mercury is the communication that's coming in, and Sagittarius is about moving forward with luck and expansion and integrity. So I do feel like you're going to feel sad, you're going to draw a line in the sand, and they're going to be hearing you. So I do see there needing to be a lot of work, but I do see it really going well. at the end of the day if you wanted to. And again, it always comes back to that. Is this an energy that you feel is on the same page with you? It's a general message. It can't be the same for each of you. If you feel like they're on the same page as you and they're capable of giving you that Eight of Wands energy, and they are capable of not being the person that you remember if they hurt you in some way. You know, you really do have to see it, but the energy does support it. So I like it. I like it. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.